Mount Everest, the world's tallest peak, has long been a symbol of ambition and perseverance, drawing countless women to its treacherous slopes. However, the quest to conquer Everest comes with immense risks, and for some, it has ended in tragedy. In this video, we explore the stories of courageous women who faced unimaginable challenges and paid the ultimate price. Their journeys highlight the unforgiving nature of the mountain and the thin line between triumph and disaster. Shriya Shah Shriya Shah was a Nepal-born Canadian who achieved her dream of climbing Mount Everest, but tragically lost her life in the process. Born in Kathmandu, Nepal, Shriya emigrated to Canada, where she pursued her ambitions with relentless determination. Her passion for mountaineering and her dream to conquer the world's tallest peak became her ultimate goal. She spent years preparing for the expedition, both physically and mentally, while raising substantial funds to cover the expenses of the climb, which is known to be one of the most challenging and costly endeavors. In May 2012, Shriya embarked on her Everest journey. Despite her enthusiasm, it became evident that she was underprepared for the extreme conditions. She successfully reached the summit on May 19, 2012, but the descent proved fatal. The combination of physical exhaustion, inadequate oxygen supply, and the death zone conditions, where the lack of oxygen and extreme cold make survival extremely difficult, took a toll on her. Shriya collapsed and died on the mountain during her descent. Her body was left on Everest for over a year before being recovered. Her tragic story serves as a stark reminder of the risks involved in pursuing high-altitude mountaineering, even for the most determined adventurers. Maria Strydom.
Dr. Marissa Strydom was a high achiever, full of energy, a real zest for life. Her great loves, her husband Robert, and their shared passion for climbing the world's highest mountains. But a daunting challenge remained for the Melbourne couple, the tallest of all, Mount Everest. They set out from base camp. Their plan was to reach the summit and share the joy of standing at the top of the world together. But deep in the Everest death zone, 8,000 metres up, disaster struck.
Maria Strydom, a South African-born Australian, was a passionate climber and a university lecturer who sought to challenge stereotypes and achieve personal milestones. She was an experienced mountaineer, and her ultimate goal was to complete the 7 summits, which involved scaling the highest peak on each continent. In May 2016, Maria embarked on an expedition to climb Mount Everest with her husband, Robert Gropel, aiming to inspire others by showing that vegans could undertake such extreme challenges. Tragically, Maria's Everest journey ended in disaster. After reaching Camp 4, just below the summit, she began experiencing altitude sickness, a life-threatening condition caused by low oxygen levels at extreme altitudes. Despite her determination to continue, her condition worsened as she neared the summit. She eventually had to turn back. On her descent, Maria succumbed to high-altitude pulmonary edema, which caused her lungs to fill with fluid. She passed away on the mountain, leaving her husband and the mountaineering community devastated. Maria's death highlighted the severe risks involved in high-altitude climbing, even for seasoned adventurers. Her story serves as a cautionary tale about the unpredictable dangers of Mount Everest and the immense physical toll it exacts on climbers. Culpa Dash, often hailed as a pioneer for Indian women in mountaineering, was a lawyer-turned-adventurer from Odisha, India. Known for her fearless spirit and passion for scaling peaks, she became a role model for aspiring mountaineers, especially women. Culpa first climbed Mount Everest in 2008, marking a historic achievement as the first woman from Odisha to conquer the world's highest peak. Despite facing significant challenges, including limited resources and sponsorship, she remained dedicated to her passion. In May 2019, Culpa attempted Everest again as part of her broader mission to inspire and encourage others, especially the youth, to dream big. Unfortunately, this expedition proved fatal. After successfully reaching the summit on May 23, 2019, Culpa began her descent but succumbed to exhaustion and altitude sickness in the treacherous death zone. Reports indicated that the combination of overcrowding on the mountain and the severe physical strain contributed to her death. She collapsed near the balcony area, a high-altitude section notorious for its harsh conditions. Culpa is tragic and underscored the immense risks of high-altitude climbing. Her legacy, however, lives on as a trailblazer who defied odds to inspire countless others to follow their dreams and embrace challenges. Unni Karney. Unni Karney, an experienced mountaineer from Mumbai, India, was a passionate adventurer who spent years preparing for the ultimate challenge, scaling Mount Everest. Alongside her husband, Shriya Shah, she embarked on an expedition in May 2019, aiming to fulfill their lifelong dream of conquering the world's tallest peak. The couple, both in their late 50s, had successfully climbed other high-altitude peaks, making them confident about taking on Everest. Tragically, Unni's Everest climb ended in heartbreak. After successfully reaching the summit, she encountered severe challenges during the descent. Overcrowding on the mountain, a growing issue in recent years, led to long delays in the death zone, where oxygen levels are critically low and survival becomes increasingly difficult. Exhaustion and altitude sickness took their toll, and Unni passed away near the balcony area on May 23, 2019. Her death highlighted the dangers of overcrowding on Everest, with climbers often forced to wait in extreme conditions, risking their lives. Unni's story is a somber reminder of the unpredictable perils of high-altitude mountaineering and the need for better management of climber traffic on the mountain. Arsentiev. Arsentiev, known as the Sleeping Beauty of Mount Everest, was an American climber whose tragic story has become one of the most haunting tales from the mountain. Born in Hawaii and raised in Colorado, Frances was an experienced climber who had attempted several high-altitude expeditions. In 1998, she set out to become the first American woman to summit Mount Everest without supplemental oxygen, a feat that requires extraordinary physical and mental endurance. Accompanied by her husband, Sergei Arsentiev, Frances reached the summit on May 22, 1998. However, their success quickly turned into disaster during the descent. The couple became separated in the extreme conditions. Frances, suffering from severe exhaustion and frostbite, was unable to continue. Other climbers found her alive but disoriented, sitting in the snow at an altitude of over 8,300 meters. Despite attempts to help, the conditions were too dangerous to carry her down, and Frances ultimately succumbed to hypoxia and exposure. Her husband, Sergei, died in an attempt to save her after descending to get oxygen and climbing back up to assist. Frances' body remained on the mountain for years, earning her the nickname Sleeping Beauty due to her serene appearance. Her story remains a poignant reminder of Everest's unforgiving nature. Climbing Mount Everest is a dream for many, but as we've seen, it's a journey fraught with danger. The stories of these courageous women remind us of the extreme risks and the fine line between triumph and disaster. While their attempts ended in tragedy, their determination serves as a powerful reminder of the challenges that come with reaching for the sky. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring content.